Now we're recording.
Goodness.
There we go. We're back. We're here.
I don't know how you get me in such a giggly mood every time we start this podcast.
I don't know. But we're here.
Here we are.
It's been a while.
Oh my gosh, so long.
It's been a while. You know that song?
Yeah.
Who sings
I know
it?
the song. Oh gosh.
It's been a while.
Oh, Three Doors Down.
Hold on.
Or is it Creed? Three
I think
Doors
it's
Down?
Creed. No, it's Stained.
Stained. Damn it.
It's been a while.
Hey, who are we?
I am Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier wedding DJ with the beautiful, wonderful Brandy Harlan, your non-retired wedding planner, which it says right here on screen.
It's official because I planned some stuff this
You've been
weekend.
planning, and you're going to be planning some more.
Woohoo.
And yeah, and we're planning on collaborating together.
Yes, I'm excited.
We're kind of putting that in the books. We're doing something with it. Nothing has come to fruition as of yet, but we're in the works. But yeah, that should be
I threw
fun.
the ball to you, so now
did.
you got to throw it back to me.
That's right. We're throwing balls around. So, this is the Scoop Weddings Unveiled, and it's been, God, I want to say it's been about a month
It's
since
been a month.
So
Too
we've
long.
done many weddings, or I've done many weddings. I don't know what you've been doing.
I've been vacationing a little. I did one wedding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this past weekend, which you were planner and bridesmaid and coordinator and setter-upper and
Breaker downer.
and decor.
All the things. And there was that list, right? I said I had a list of people that I would do that for. And Lindsay
Check.
and Tom got married yesterday. No.
Oh,
Saturday.
Today is
See,
Monday.
I don't even know what day it is. I
It
woke
is-
up yesterday and my whole body like, yeah, this is what that feels like.
This is the end of October. It's October 30th,
Yeah.
which means tomorrow is Halloween, which means
Seems
we have a
Halloween.
very
This is
cool, we have a pretty cool topic of discussion today.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about themed weddings.
Yes.
And first of which, we're going to talk about Halloween weddings.
Yeah. Let's start with that.
And being in October, I've actually done quite a few actually like themed, or like, I wouldn't say that they're themed, but they had a lot of like Halloween decor, like blacks,
And
purples.
underlying-
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like the past few weeks.
Mhm.
But let's start with this past, or should I?
We can start with this past weekend.
All right, let's start with this weekend.
Yeah. And then we can talk about the one that's having an anniversary today, Charbonneau.
Oh yeah.
So
We'll work on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this weekend was Lindsay and Tom. So shout out to the new Mr. and Mrs. McGuire.
McGuire.
Yay. She
Whoop, whoop.
desires a McGuire was her hashtag.
I didn't know that.
She didn't tell you?
No.
Okay, well,
I
that's what it
always.
was. I
that's-
know.
In my planning forms, I'm like, hey, do you have any
We came
hashtags,
up with
notes,
it.
or anything?
She desires a McGuire.
And if that was the case, I would have been like, hey, if you guys are posting anything on social media, photos, videos, whatever, make sure to hashtag desires McGuire.
Yeah, she desires a McGuire. But no, it's
Anyway.
all good. So Lindsay Lindsay actually was my assistant at Mixon's, and she and I have done hundreds of weddings
Yes.
together. And so she actually showed up to a bridal show with her resume, wanting to work with planners or a venue that would just take her on. And she was as green could be, and she just had she has natural decor talent where she can literally take a box of just, tchotchkes and hodgepodge and just make something wonderful. And I always loved having her for my weddings. And so I told her that when she gets married, can I please be a bridesmaid? And two, yes, I'll plan your wedding. And
Does she still do?
No, but I told her once if I ever get my venue going and all that good stuff, I will
Why do
hire
you
her
have
for
to have
sure.
a venue?
Okay, I know. We're not having that conversation right now.
You don't have to have a venue. You just be a planner and you can work at all the cool
she
venues.
would come back for that as well.
As
so
like- okay, cool.
Yeah, as an assistant. She's like, whatever you need, anytime,
See?
ever.
You
I
got
am
one,
100%
at least.
in. Yes. And then she had me crying because she was like so thankful and so appreciative. And it was just a great wedding. It really
Mm-hmm.
was. It was, so the decor side of it was lace runners. So black lace runners on a white tablecloth. The wedding was at the Meadows, and I just have to say, I had never experienced the Meadows and their staff, but holy cow, amazing. Very attentive. Customer service was great. They were easy to work with. And as a planner, when you walk into a venue, sometimes you don't get that warm family welcome.
Yeah.
You get like, ugh, you know, like, why aren't we handling it, or something of that nature. You kind of get like this weird vibe sometimes. And I know that's happened with me in other venues and other planners, I'm sure, but they were just so welcoming and accommodating. Anything that I needed, anything that I asked for, they were on top of it. There was nothing I asked that wasn't too much. It wasn't like they were like, oh, she's asking for something else. No, they were like, yeah, I'll take care of that. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were
what do you need? Like, I can go take care of this. And, you know, hey, by the way, we're going to go pick up the chairs. If you need anything, this is your next person. The bartender, I'm going to make a special purple people eater drink because she didn't specify a signature drink, but let's do one. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
All the things. So decor, like I said, was white linens, black lace runner, and then we did 3 different kinds of centerpieces. We did glass squares with lace and purple lights, the fairy lights with flowers. Then we did Halloween kind of trees that were spray painted like black and silverish sparkle that had purple lights wrapped around them, and some diamonds and things on the table. And then the third one was these gorgeous candelabras that had candles, and we had diamonds on the tables, silver chargers. Her head table had like a little sign with 2 ghosts that said, I love forever my boo, BOO, and it was 2 ghosts. And then she had like a half black moon with a cat, like black cat on it in front of her head table. We did bats coming out of their fireplace, so paper bats that were glued or stuck.
Where was the fireplace?
Over by the bar. So the bar kind of curved and then left, and there was all the we had all the bats going from the fireplace all up, different sizes coming out of the fireplace. And then we put 2 candelabras on the sides with some red and burgundy pumpkins, velvet pumpkins. Her welcome table had a big silver giant sparkly pumpkin inside of a purpley wreath. We had enough Halloween decor, but it was still very stunning and elegant Halloween.
Yeah, I totally missed the really fireplace.
Oh, yeah. The fireplace with the bats was like perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was super simple ceremony. My favorite part of the ceremony was, and you can talk about the Rembrandt's song.
Oh, yeah. Friends theme song.
Yeah. We
Rest
didn't know
in
this
peace,
was happening.
R.I.P. to
Yeah, we played
Matthew
that
Perry.
on the same day he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. So what Tim and Lindsay had worked out was when she was starting to walk down the aisle.
I mean, it is so. All right, just to kind of lay it out for you. So
We're on a
again, this
golf
was
course.
this is at the Meadows Golf and Country Club. The reception was in the ballroom that they have. The ceremony was out on the golf course. And for any entertainment DJs out there, make sure. I highly recommend getting it's called a Jackery battery, because a lot of these ceremonies, especially as you know here in Florida, we do a lot of outdoor ceremonies, and not a lot of places have power.
Nope.
And in this area, the Meadows Country Club staff was very impressed, and they were very excited.
Like, wait, you have your own power?
Well, they were like, we usually have to run like hundreds of extension cords. I'm like, no. I have it's called a Jackery battery. Look it up. It's perfect. It runs for quite a few hours actually, and it runs my sound for ceremony, and it was perfect.
Yep. And you got your own golf cart to drive everything
and
out.
And yes, thank you for my golf cart.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Joelle was awesome.
Yeah, Joelle, shout out. But yeah, so it was actually
on the other side of the...
It was kind of like on the driving range.
Okay, how about I got hit almost twice with 2 balls trying to put up the arch. Literally, I heard a thump beside me. It was not even 5 feet from me.
Sure.
Can somebody please say 4 when they're at the putting range?
No, the driving range.
The driving range?
But no, because you're not, you technically aren't supposed to be out there.
Well, here's the thing. If there was a 10-year-old out there, like, their ball is not, possibly... most likely.
Also, it's a 10-year-old, and they probably don't know to say 4.
So,
but also, like when you're when you're on the driving range, you're not going to be yelling 4 every single time you hit the ball. Because
well, if you know somebody's setting up and there's a golf cart and you see them off to the side, like, hey, there's a lady over there decorating. Da 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 da.
No.
Oh, my ball went that way.
No, they're golfers' mind. Golfers' mind. All they're thinking is golf.
Like,
they don't give 2 shits about a wedding.
Could you imagine if I got hit with a daggone golf ball?
That would have been funny. Anyway, so the ceremony was on the driving range, but it was a nice
distance.
It was a nice distance, but the background was really nice. It was really pretty. But yeah, so the Lindsay was driven by a golf cart and as she was being driven, that's when, once everybody was at the altar, that's when I started. She wanted me to start playing the Friends theme song as she was getting ready to walk down. So we played the Friends theme song, and we ended it at the clap.
And everybody did, like, everybody was on point.
Yeah,
it was really
great.
good.
And then after that point, I faded it out and then went into her actual processional song.
Yeah.
But
and all the bridesmaids and groomsmen did most of the clap because we knew it was coming. Like,
Yeah.
I had to give them a little, like, heads up, like, okay, we're doing the clap. They're like, the what? I was like, okay, let me explain the clap. Not that kind of clap.
Yeah.
This kind.
yeah, the Friends.
The
Friends theme
Friends
song.
one theme
if you are
song.
Friends, which,
Yeah. That's tough, but yeah.
But so that was a cool little ceremony. The ceremony was what, like 20 minutes?
Not even.
Yeah, it was like
By the
15
ti-
minutes.
We took longer to walk down than I think the
yeah.
actual ceremony because we were coming from really far distance.
Oh yeah.
And there was a lot of us, but yeah.
So nothing really themed on the ceremony side, but once you got back into the reception, I mean the decor was very. I think the colors, actually I have the colors here.
They were like purple and silver, and the high tops had little plastic cauldrons that said witch's brew, poison, and something else on it. But yeah, it was like that was super.
And then some of the music that she had given me, obviously Thriller was the last dance of the night.
Yes.
That was cool. They wanted me to play Monster Mash. Let's see here. Quite a few like Halloween themed songs. Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, I never played that. This is Halloween.
Yeah, those were some good ones. Without it being too Halloween, you just kind of sprinkled them in. So it was nice.
it was like it was a beautiful wedding. The full theme wasn't Halloween, but you could see snippets of it.
Yeah.
So
her mom gave her some parameters on how Halloween she could go, or literally there would have been like cobwebs and bats hanging from the ceiling, and everybody would have been dressed up.
Yeah, the photo booth, the template was very much Halloween themed, and I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
But so that was this past weekend. I had a wedding on Friday the 13th in October.
Oh.
And that one was in Lake Wales at Bellacosa. I think it was called Bellacosa. Yeah. And mansion up there, beautiful. And this couple was, super cool. Nora and Michael. And everything that they did was immaculate. Everything was black and purple.
Oh.
Black, purple, and white. And I was halfway expecting her to come out in a black dress, but she didn't. But the dresses, she had 2 dresses, and they were insane.
Yeah. I don't think I saw that on Instagram. Maybe I did.
I posted a couple things. I honestly haven't been doing the greatest at posting videos.
You've been a little busy.
Been busy. But yeah, themed weddings, like for Halloween, especially in October, we see a lot of it. I would personally love to do like an actual Halloween. A Halloween themed actual wedding where everybody, like, you have to come in a costume.
Yes, that would
like
be
how
so
cool
much
would
fun.
that be?
Right? That would be awesome. Oh, we did do a gothic pose for our photos where we all stood.
Oh, okay.
We did.
Are you
one
gonna do
of
it like
those.
a black and white, or is it hopefully?
Yeah, she's probably gonna turn it black and white. But the whole bradal party just lined up for Lindsay's, and we
Who
all
was the
had
photographer? I've never.
Her name's Shannon. I'd never seen her before or worked with her, but she knows. I think she's family to Tom on Tom's side, or a friend of theirs on that side. But yeah, she was good to work with. And then the anniversary of one of our themed weddings is today. So happy anniversary to Abby and Lucy,
who were actually on the show
podcast. Yeah. And theirs was Dia de Muertos, more themed.
Oh, that's right.
Like we had the marigolds in the walkway of the tunnel hanging on strings. We had the skull, the what do you call those? Just like the skull, really? Like the sugar skull almost look. But there was projection of color put onto the black and white skull, and the
Did they have like a mariachi band too?
They had a mariachi band, and on her centerpieces, she had made acrylic skulls with a light on the inside. She made them. She molded them. I still have one at home.
Yeah.
And that was part of her centerpiece, and you would turn it on, and it glowed from the inside, so it was like a sugar skull. And then there was just some little tidbits and things of that nature that were more of the Spanish Dia de Muertos side of Halloween for their wedding. So that was really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, I mean, obviously other themed ideas. And again, when you do like a themed wedding, you can either go all out if you want. You can do everything themed.
Like
or
that
you can
Christmas
just,
one.
or you can just do like snippets of it to
Yeah.
like showcase like, hey, this is
The vibe.
the vibe that we're going for.
Yeah.
I mean, I've these are more common themed weddings that we've seen. Obviously, like Halloween is more of a common. Star Wars is, believe it or not, is a very common themed wedding.
So with Star Wars, I haven't seen people. Okay, so I've seen a couple different things. I've seen a lightsaber fight between the bride and her dad, and then her brothers show up and help defeat, and then he ends up like, submitting to Princess Leia, and that was a whole Star Wars themed like fight in the middle of reception. And then in other ways, it's just been kind of sprinkled in, whether it's like on the back of the cake or it's and people are going to laugh at me, the Jedi Knight, but the ship, whatever that battle, whatever that is. I'm not a Trekkie, so no, that's something different.
Star Wars.
But where you signed little R2D2s as your sign, and then you dropped them in, and they went like around this whole thing, but it was a wooden cutout of the ship from Star Wars put between acrylic, clear acrylic, and you signed your little R2D2 and it went in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was super cute. And then they had like their cake topper.
Yeah, I've had a couple do, and it was actually on May 4th.
Oh, May the 4th be with you.
It was on May 4th, and it was a Star Wars themed wedding.
Yeah.
And yeah, their introduction was, I had the bridal party come out to one of the theme songs.
Yeah.
They all had lightsabers.
Probably the
Darth Vader. Well, that's Darth Vader, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they came out to.
People, don't judge us. We both don't watch Star Wars.
I did watch every single one of them during COVID though, because somebody told me I was a millennial if I didn't.
Well, I'm a millennial, and I don't.
I am, but I still.
I've watched
them all.
I haven't watched all of them, but anyway, we digress. So yeah, we did introduction of the bridal party, and then when I introduced the bride and groom, they came out and did like a lightsaber fight.
Lightsaber fight, yeah.
With the bridal party and then the bride and groom. It was It was interesting.
Oh, remember the one wedding we did at Mixon's where the groom had the Darth Vader hat on and she had the stormtrooper mask on, and they're standing and he's in his black suit and she's in her white dress. Remember that photo?
I remember
that
was
one of my very first weddings I did at Mixon's, and they actually just had their anniversary this past week too.
Okay.
But they walked into reception with his Darth Vader mask and she had a stormtrooper's mask on into reception. It was the coolest photo.
Yeah, I didn't do that wedding, but I remember seeing that photo.
There
was a wedding that I did. It wasn't necessarily a themed wedding. They had this particular wedding I'm talking about was a few years ago. They had a comedy act that came in. It went from 4 p.m. until midnight.
Oh, that's a long.
It was
day.
insane. It was such a long day. And they had a comedy act. They had like a huge candy bar that was like a reveal. And then during dancing, they had stormtroopers come in, like legit stormtroopers and Darth Vader.
That is a lot.
To party with them.
That is a lot.
And the groom, I got such a cool video of like everybody dancing, and then all of a sudden I have like the groom just coming in from out of nowhere, like the coolest little guy, coolest guy, and it wasn't even an entrance. It was just everybody's dancing, and it was to "I Like It" by Cardi B, and like he's just coming in. And all of a sudden, he just starts like rapping the lyrics to one of like the Darth Vader or to one of the, like the stormtroopers, and like gives them a high five and then goes off. It was hilarious.
That's fun.
But yeah, they actually had like stormtroopers and Darth Vader, like actual.
I love that.
It was really cool.
Entertainment being added in like little bunches, like the mariachi and things like that, is really kind of like breaks things up a little bit and like takes it up another level. I think. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so that Star Wars. What else? Christmas is a very big one.
That Christmas one where Christmas threw up at the wedding.
There were probably like
25 Christmas trees.
25
Jen
Christmas
had
trees.
To put together every single one and
Um,
decorate.
I also did a wedding, another Christmas wedding either last year or the year before, and a couple had all the Christmas trees, and they were real, and they were giving them away to guests if they wanted to take them.
All right. I had one where we did like real cranberries and ferns and like pine cones in jars in the center of like the checkerboard runner. And then they wanted us to candy stripe all the poles in red ribbon. So it was like the whole entire place was like candy. It looked like candy cane poles everywhere.
Yeah.
But I really liked the centerpiece because it was like not Christmassy, but Christmassy. It's that, green and red checker plaid look with the real cranberries. That came out really nice. But I do remember the one, and Jen loves Christmas. Like, she absolutely, if you don't know who Jen is my best friend, and we planned weddings together, and she's awesome and amazing. We're going to have
she's
her
also
on
going to
soon.
be like your assistant and everything when you start planning again.
And so she loves Christmas. And so for her to do that Christmas one, but she saw how many trees they were.
Well, yeah,
she started at 7 a.m. to doing all that.
I did that
she had
one
to
with her, I'm pretty
decorate
sure.
every single one. Like, they didn't come they came pre-lit. But
They
she
also
had to
had-
stack them and do all the things.
They also had life-size nutcrackers.
Oh, yes. The big nutcrackers. Probably from Weber Scenic, because they have life-size nutcrackers.
I think it was their own, actually.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, probably.
The couples, it was their own.
Yeah. A few Christmas themes. What else? Oh, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter themed, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a no,
No?
I haven't done any.
So I did one. No, I did two. The second one wasn't as Harry Potter, but the one that I did that was very Harry Potter, and I don't know very much Harry Potter. It's just not my thing too. But they had all of the bridesmaids walking in these like blue fairy dresses. I guess that's a thing in Harry Potter, like this world where all the ladies are like look like fairies. So they had like these crystal blue dresses, and they look like fairies. And then they actually had a brideswoman, like a maid of a best woman, and then all the groomsmen, and they were in like these black pants, red shirts, and this big brown fur shawl that went across one shoulder, and then they had this black belt on and black boots because they were also dressed as a Harry Potter portion of some sort. But the craziest part, it was during the day. It was a brunch wedding.
Okay.
It was 11 o'clock ceremony, and they served brunch and lunch kind of for food. But the craziest part was they didn't do a seating chart. You had to sit in a chair, and they put like this little brown hat above you and like pretended it was the sorting hat, but there was a guy behind him standing, okay, you're at this table. You know how long it took for 40 people to find their seat? Forever. It was like 20 minutes of sitting in this chair and sorting hat, but they were all into it. Like, they absolutely loved all of it, which is fine. If that's what you love, great.
Yeah.
But that sorting hat threw the timeline way off.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it was like, you're just really reading it from a list. But you had to be put into a certain house.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's what it was.
Yep.
So the sorting hat, I do believe that was part of
Other
it.
themes, Disney.
Oh, yeah. I've done some.
Frozen.
Have you done Frozen?
No.
Oh, I did
just
not Cinderella. Snow White.
Snow White.
Where
I
all
actually
the
haven't-
centerpieces were like teacups and pearls and that kind of
I
stuff. for
haven't actually. Well,
And
one of
Beauty
my
and the Beast.
One of my first weddings. Well, you know what? When I actually haven't been like a part of like full on like Disney themed weddings. So there's been a like
some
snippets,
touches,
some
yeah.
touches of Disney, and like the bride for one of my first weddings about 9 years ago. She was kind of like dressed up as a princess in a way. Like, her dress was very princessy.
Okay.
And she had like a crown, and
Oh,
so it was very
very princess.
and she was and they were like, she was a very huge Disney person, so it
Yeah.
made sense.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the other ways that I think people have snuck like different themes in, 10-10-2020 wedding. They named all of their tables after like either sentences or phrases or episodes from The Office. So Beats, Bears, Battleship Galactica was the name
Yeah.
of one table.
Yep.
And that was something I gave them as an idea. And I was like, what's something you guys love? Because they didn't really have any personality of themselves sprinkled in yet. And I was like, what does that look like for you? And they had pumpkins as like their seating. Like, everybody knew where to go because a little flag was put into a pumpkin on the table. It was in October. It was 10-10-2020. But they were like, I was like, what do you guys like binge watch together? Like, when it's just the two of you, what do you do? They're like, we love The Office. And I was like, why not name all your tables an episode of The
well,
Office?
that's not really like a theme,
But I mean, it's sprinkling in some type
Yeah.
of a little theme
right?
in there.
But when we're talking about like themed weddings, we're thinking like It's themed. Like another one, a Great Gatsby, Gatsby
Oh,
weddings.
yes.
Love it.
Yes, that is your
Um,
vibe.
I actually just did a Gatsby wedding, I think 2 weeks ago. It was at Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club, and everybody was dressed to the nines. I absolutely loved it.
I know.
It was awesome. It was
your
black
theme.
and white. Just everybody was dressed in like the 1920s
Oh yeah.
attire.
What about like the masquerade kind of vibe?
Oh, yeah,
That would
masquerade.
be really cool.
Masquerade, yeah.
Yeah. And everybody can pick a mask like when they get there, or they can bring one. Well, Jonathan's wedding is all dark attire, solid. So I don't know like the vibe that he's going for, but I feel like it's got that like stunning kind of,
Yeah.
it has to be all
Like-
solid in a dark color.
Yeah,
that
I do love the theme of that being like, yes, all guests wear black. Like everything is black and white. That's honestly, if it ever happens again for me, that's gonna be my
your go-to.
My go-to will be everything is. I'm gonna
I
ask.
feel that.
I'm gonna invite like all the guests to wear. Everybody's gonna be wearing black.
Yep.
And
No
everything
patterns, solid.
just solid black. Everybody's wearing black. It's just very clean. It's crisp.
The photos come out amazing.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
everything
it's
else stands out.
right. And then any pops of white, yeah, it would just be black and white.
All white florals, a lot of big orchids and lilies and things like that.
Well,
in
there probably won't be any
centerpieces.
florals
No,
at my
'cause you
wedding.
hate flowers.
It's just a waste.
It's just a waste. He keeps saying that. What are some other themes that we've kind of done? I mean, we've done weddings on Mother's Day and things of that nature where they've honored moms, but not necessarily
that's fine.
themed.
I mean,
no Easter either.
No, but like themed. Now I haven't seen this for actual weddings, but for events, obviously we're like 90s themed.
Oh yes,
because
my birthday.
You did a birthday, and
Yeah.
my 10-year anniversary is coming up with TLS
Yay!
Entertainment in 2024. Will be 10 years, and I'm in the process of coming up or kind of planning, which you're going to help me with, right?
Absolutely. Y'all heard it here.
Planning the TLS Entertainment's 10-year anniversary party.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 90s meets 2000s or 90s versus the 2000s, something in that realm.
like
But it's
that,
going to be 90s and 2000s vibes. Maybe maybe I'll just name it like Jock Jams.
Yeah.
Like
would
a
be
Jock
fun.
Jams theme, and
That would be a lot of fun. That would be a great theme because it encompasses the 90s and the 2000s.
yeah,
and all the
entertainment, music, because that's what
Jock
we do.
jams. Yep.
And then everybody just dresses in their best 90s and 2000s attire.
Yeah. Can we get some cardboard on the floor so we can like beatbox and like?
No, I need to reach out to whoever's scenic and get some of your decor that you used.
They have the Rubik's Cube and they have the disco ball. They have the boombox.
The boombox for in front of the DJ.
For the
booth.
DJ. I can give you all the ins. And I still have some of my 90s stuff, like my caboodles and stuff like that.
What's a caboodle?
Such a guy. A caboodle is like a makeup organizer, and it was plastic, and it was big and round. Your sister probably had one that was this big, and you would turn like a little heart or knob, and it would like almost like a tackle box.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, that's called a caboodle.
That's a caboodle. I have several caboodles that you could still put out as like you could put them in the ladies' bathroom or something like that with like little things in there for the girls. But yeah, I have caboodles still left. I bought them specifically for my birthday, and I have not touched them since.
Cool.
I'll bring my beauty tackle box,
Right on.
basically. What are some other themes? I'm trying to think like holidays, but just other ideas. New Year's Eve is a big theme as well.
Yeah.
That would be what I would do, I think. A New Year's Eve wedding would be,
I love New Year's Eve weddings.
Yeah, because I mean, where else can you gather like, and I would make it like 60, 70 people, gather them close, like not too many people, and you get free fireworks if you plan your venue, right?
Well, you get you get to go to a party.
Free night and party, because I mean, let's just be honest. To go anywhere out for dinner and party for New Year's Eve is going to cost you around $250 a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, great. So why not have a wedding for your family and friends and, throw a New Year's Eve party?
Yeah. I mean, I love I love weddings on New Year's Eve.
And of course, living here, we have a lot of farm themed weddings.
Yes, farm. I mean, country rustic themed.
Yeah.
Like that's getting back into like more of like I mean, when the themes that we're talking about are more
Yeah.
theatrical
Yeah. Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
These are more theatrical themes, and then
Yeah.
you've got like the rustic theme, which is more decor.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
more of a decor and a vibe, and it has to go in a certain venue too, I think.
But yeah, if we're looking at like decor and vibe, you've got the bohemian style, you've got
Oh, yeah.
rustic,
You got
you've got
Bollywood,
Bollywood,
but you've got the boho bright colors.
you got very modern, which is like I
Oh,
guess I want to say
that's-
like modern is
Modern's in.
like that's like black and white, right?
No, modern is like, well, mid-century modern and modern. There's two different kinds. So if you're looking like retro modern, it's like, your oranges and your bright peaches and teals and things like that, and everything's kind of retro. More of that kind of mid-century retro modern, and then you have modern where it's like the black and white and gold or red. That's a little bit more minimalist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple different ways of doing,
Okay.
modern, but I think the retro is really into.
Yeah. Southern Charm is a nice I would say that's very mix-ins.
Yeah,
Southern Charm,
definitely.
like the oranges
Yeah.
and
And bespoke is like a new buzzword, and that's like wildflowers and pastels and florals and
yeah.
prints, a lot of that kind of stuff. But I did duplicate the aisleway this weekend from our Lakewood Ranch wedding.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be that's a new trend that's really
So,
happening, like a runway.
Well, is that really happening, or is that what what we're doing?
I mean, I've seen it though on TikTok and everything like
Okay.
that. I've seen a lot of runway styled
So
entrances to ceremonies.
So for the ceremony, yes, we did this at Amy's wedding at Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club.
yeah, she did an amazing job.
It was awesome. So instead of having all the chairs facing the ceremony
Mm-hmm.
and basically having an aisleway where everybody has to like look behind you to see the bride walk down,
Mm-hmm.
instead you have all the chairs facing the aisleway,
Facing in. Yep.
facing in towards the aisle, and you create a long aisleway,
Yep. Like a runway.
like a runway for the
Mhm.
bride to walk down. But then now everybody's turned and looking at the
But
ceremony.
I feel it's much easier. I feel like instead of having to like do this number or whatever else, or seeing behind so many heads in front of you and being like this to be able to see, that everybody had a clear shot because all you had to do was this.
Yeah.
It's like everybody could see everything.
Just turn your head.
And I never, because I haven't been a bridesmaid in very many weddings, actually just one, Jen's, and there was like 2 of us walking. So it wasn't like, and it was almost, she's celebrating 15 years on February 14th. So for me, walking that aisle, oh my gosh, it's a whole different vibe. Like I was jittery.
Yeah.
Like it was nerve wracking.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I walked that fast either. I guess I kind of walked really fast in the video. But now I kind of relate to those bridesmaids. But it was nice having and being able to like catch the eye of somebody that you knew when you're walking down the aisle, because
Give them
the
a
aisle was
wink.
face that. Yeah, I did that. And so because it's easier to spot them, right? Otherwise you're like walking towards the backs of heads.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was, and then the exit photo, all everybody has to do is turn, and the couple stands at the end, and you get a nice photo.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're off on a different topic,
That's okay.
but yeah, I loved a good themed wedding. I mean, and you can go as far as you want to go. Depends on, like Lindsay's mom had some parameters. You can't go all the way Halloween,
But you know what? It's
but
your
it was
day.
perfect.
It's your day. But I mean, again,
Mom was.
paying for it.
Yeah, she was,
Fair.
It was a collaboration. So collaborative efforts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some other like decor themed would be, you've got tropical,
Havana Nights.
like a beach tropical.
Mhm.
Yeah, Havana Nights. You've got preppy, which is just like a lot of like bright pinks, greens, and like navy blues.
Mhm.
That's, but I feel like that's kind of seen its time.
You can do all white too. If we're talking about all black, you can do all white.
Have
Not-
everybody wear white,
Yeah,
and then the bride wear black.
maybe.
Ooh,
That'd be cool.
that would
Or
be
she could
cool.
wear those dresses that are out now that have like the floral prints on them.
Okay,
Those
I
are
haven't
stunning.
seen those yet from a bride, but I know that's a thing.
Mhm.
Travel, you can do something travel related.
Oh yeah, I have had couples do that.
And if you have friends and family traveling from all over the globe, You know, that might excuse me, that might be something. Or if you're big into traveling,
Yeah, I had a couple do that, and they had a picture on every table of them in a different country or a different place they had traveled together as their table numbers.
yeah, I was gonna say, instead of table numbers, yeah, use the names of your favorite destinations.
A suitcase for your gift box,
Yep.
your card box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can use like a
A
globe,
globe.
to have loved ones sign, or, you know, that could be your
Put
guest
a pin
book.
in it, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What else? There's a couple more here that I'm seeing.
I mean, you can always do the Thanksgiving, especially when you're doing like family style seating, where you literally pass like, you know, you have the long tables, you have multiple long tables, and you pass the food all the way around, kind of at Thanksgiving. So you could have that kind of vibe.
Celestial.
Oh.
Your love was written in the stars, so let it reflect in your wedding theme. So yeah, if you're, you know, if you want to channel your celestial mood,
Well, that makes that
the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. So yesterday I stopped at Tara's Sweets Bakehouse.
Yes.
For her Halloween pop up and picked up some desserts for the kiddos, and she had something really interesting there. She had a card reader who was doing like a couple, like she would do a couple, like she would just do a stack and she would just read you like you were there for like a minute.
Okay.
It was family friendly or whatever, or it could be more intent. Like mine was a little bit more mature. And then my son Ethan got one, and it said he's getting something special in the spring, like something he's been asking for. I'm like, I don't know what he's asking for.
What is he getting?
Not getting a brother or sister. But,
nope. Is he asking for one of those?
No, no, thank God. But he's like, vacation. So I'm like, great. But you could totally have like a little like card reader or a caricature artist or something like that, and or a magician to come around and do magic tricks too. So I've seen all those kinds of little elements added into weddings as well. Especially if you're like into art, or if you do the cards and things of that.
Yeah.
But I think I like a good theme.
Yeah.
And it really kind of sets the tone. Like I said, you don't have to go all in, but you can add just enough to get the point across.
Yeah. And that all starts, like, if you do want to have a themed wedding, and when we say like theme, like theatrical, in the sense of
Christmas, Halloween,
like Christmas, Halloween, Star Wars, Great Gatsby,
Harry Potter,
any of those things. It starts from the very beginning, and you want to set that tone in your
with
invites.
your venue.
Well, with your venue, yes, with your venue.
Your venue matters. You can't pull
the Meadows Country Club was not very Halloween-esque.
Oh, but we made it. I think we
well, and I
actually had them take down, like, they had like all this blue and bright flowery yellow decor sitting around. I was like, can I get rid of all of this? And they put it in like the manager's office. I was like, thank you.
Well, and then with uplighting, I actually
the uplighting was really helpful.
They didn't order the uplighting, but because it was Lindsay and I brought uplighting, and so we did purple uplighting.
Yes, that really helped.
And dim the lights, and it was kind of spooky in there, which was really cool.
Yeah. So it definitely starts like with your venue, setting that. Like, don't do a ballroom if you're going to do country.
No.
It doesn't, like, you can't walk into like a crystal chandelier and then put wood discs and sunflowers on the table. You can, but it's going to be fighting against each other. It's not going to, you're going to miss the mark. It's going to feel like champagne with, a beer budget.
Well, luckily here in Florida, there are plenty of rustic venues.
Yeah.
That's
so
for sure.
Definitely start thinking about your theme and pin some things on Pinterest, what you and your partner love, and really dig into, like, I always think of it like, how would you decorate your house, and if you look around your house, what's that vibe? What's that theme?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's something that you both love, or it's a pastime, maybe going to Disney or something, or maybe you met at Disney or whatever that is. Then you can incorporate that, and it's expected.
Yep.
Don't do something off the wall that nobody's like,
what? This makes no sense.
They're not Disney people.
Yeah.
They like absolutely hate
Disney.
Like, they're not those
So
people.
the venue is a great place to start. Then with your save the dates and the invites, and even like your engagement photos, if you want to just think of all those things. If you really want to like tap into that full theme, go for it.
Like the couple that did their photo shoot at Target, Ying Photography, they did their their engagement shot. Yeah, they did their engagement photos at Target. One couple did theirs at a Starbucks because that's where they met. One couple did theirs at Oh, at a baseball game, because a baseball theme it could be a
Baseball theme, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Or football theme where
Yeah.
I had the seat, the table
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
Or no, like to find your seat.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called?
Your seating chart.
Thank you. Your seating chart. They were actually printed out as tickets. Like a ticket to the football game.
Yeah.
It was a ticket to the wedding, and so you used your ticket to find your seat. The groom actually, he was in his suit, and then he did a suit change and came out in a Miami Dolphins jacket and had these gold diamond shoes on. I mean, it was over the top. It was amazing.
I love that.
That was cool. Yeah, I've seen those type of themes, like sport themes, is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like that. Just don't have a wedding on Super Bowl Sunday.
No, nobody's gonna show. Well,
they might.
I know somebody who got married on Super Bowl Sunday.
Was it you?
No,
you got married in November.
November.
Yeah.
But I do know somebody who had gotten married on a Super Bowl Sunday. It was an afternoon wedding.
Okay. And then everybody's like, we got to watch the game.
Gotta go. Well, I don't know. I don't even think she knew that it was Super Bowl Sunday at that time until like after the fact.
Like, oh yeah, that's why the guys kept disappearing or huddling around phones at the. But yeah, take it from us. Do a theme.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We enjoy it because we don't get to see it very often.
Yeah, true.
But make it yours, make it your own, have fun with it, and call a planner because they can help you.
Yes, after venue, call a planner.
That's right.
Or call a planner than the venue.
Yeah,
they
that works.
go hand in hand.
Anything else that's going to do it for us?
That's going to do it for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
It has been.
It's been a while.
All right, Stained.
That's right.
We do not agree that we are singers.
No, that's
we
why.
have a lot of damn fun.
Yeah, that we do.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for us. This is, again, the Scoop Weddings Unveiled. I am Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier wedding DJ with the beautiful and always wonderful Brandy Harlan. That's going to do it for us.
Peace and chicken grease.